Hey guys, Jared Krause, and do you want to buy a website but you're not so sure on how you're going to pay for it yet? Are you going to go away and get finance? Where should you go away to get this finance? Are we going to be able to save some sort of money and put some cash into it? And these are all really, really important questions, and I want to cover all of this in this video, which is based on how to finance your first website investment. For the best advice on how to go away and buy online businesses that are past that 90% failure rate that all startups face and have a proven track record that they're making money month over month, go away and hit the subscribe button. Also hit the bell notification so you can be updated when I upload new videos about this every single week. So guys, how are we going to buy a business if we don't have any cash or we don't know where to go away and get finance? That's what I want to cover, because there's some of my clients who start off with zero to no money, and there's some that start off with a whole big pile of cash, and some are buying websites with finance and some are buying it with cash. And what's the best route for you? And the first thing that I want to talk about is going to be maybe a bit of a reality check for some people. And it's important because I need to tell the truth, and sometimes it's harsh, but the truth is really important. The truth can set us free if we don't get wrapped up in it egotistically and really understand it. And the first thing is that if you want to go away and buy a website but you don't have a whole lot of money, the best thing to do is to not go away and just grab a bunch of finance or get a loan to buy this business. The reason being is because there is a big reason why you don't have a whole lot of money. And that is what we need to fix first, right? It's like if you have a bucket and you're putting money into it and you've got all these holes, it's going to be leaking out, right? So if you go away and get a whole big massive loan, you're going to get this loan and you're going to put this into the bucket and it's going to leak out everywhere. So what we need to do is we need to fix up all of these holes, which is really important. And the first step we need to do that is that if you do have debt, start paying off that debt first. Now, how do you start paying off your debt first? Is you work out what all of your income is, and then you work out what your actual expenses are. And then you take your expenses off your income and see what you're left over with. Now, I want you guys to be very thorough with what sort of expenses you have and write this down. All of your expenses in one column and all of your income in one column, and work out, what your sort of net is, and then see what sort of expenses you have that you don't need and take them off. And if there are expenses that you can minimize or use a different service, maybe you're using some sort of internet provider or your phone or paying bills to some way, can you reduce the amount that you have to pay by using a different service or a different company? And that's something that I've done in my life and many of my clients done, and we've helped them save, tens of thousands of dollars a year by doing this sort of stuff. And you'll be really shocked when you go away and you actually look at your finances. So first and foremost, it's not about going away and just getting a whole lot of finance or a loan to buy a website business when you can do that, but you're going to set yourself up for failure. What I'm talking about is setting yourself up for success by filling in these gaps, filling in these holes and covering them up and solving the real problem. For some of us who don't have any level of financial education, it's really worth getting some level of financial education. There's a few places you can start. There's, Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. His whole mission is about teaching people how to have a really good financial IQ. There's another book called The Barefoot Investor, which is an Australian guy, which helps a lot of people get their finances in order. And there's so many books about it. If you go away and search, financial education book or the best financial education book, go away and grab that book. It may cost you $20 to $30. Read it and implement the knowledge that you learn in that book. And that's really, really important. That's going to set you up. That $30 is maybe the best investment you ever make, because it's going to set you up for all the things that you're going to achieve in the future. So having that level of financial education is really, really solid. Now, once you have that financial education, then you can set yourself up a particular savings plan, right? And a scheduled savings plan. So say I earn maybe $1,000 a week and my expenses are $700 a week. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go away and I'm going to grab that $300. I'm going to go to my bank. I'm going to set up a scheduled transfer to a new bank account that I set up. And that new bank account is going to be called an investment account. And I'm going to schedule that transfer every single week. So if my pay $1,000 goes in on a Tuesday, on the Wednesday, I'm going to have a scheduled payment for $300 to go out of my pay account into my investment account. And that's going to happen every single week. And if you're saving $100 a week, that's $5,000 a year. If you're saving $200 a week, that's $10,000 a year. If you're saving $300 a week, that's $15,000 per year, right? If you weren't saving this, what we've just done is we've saved you $5,000 to $10,000 or even $15,000 plus per year, just because we fixed up a leaky bucket, which is really important. And that's money that can go towards an investment that's going to make you more money. Right? You've heard the saying, you need money to make money, and that's what we want to do, is put yourself in a financial position to do so. Now, once you have that scheduled transfer set up, then you can start compounding and look up what compound interest is and how valuable compounding is. Now, when you start compounding things, you're going to get a level of interest back from the money you've saved, and you put that interest back into your account, or you keep it in your account, and that's just going to multiply and multiply and multiply and multiply and multiply. So if you start compounding and saving $200 a week and you do it for the next 10 years, you're going to save a lot of money, not just from the money that you actually save, but the money that you make from interest, and then you get interest on your interest again, and it keeps compounding. So it's a very valuable thing to understand, and you'll learn that when you start learning financial education. Now, once you've filled up all the holes in your bucket and you're holding money and you're holding cash and you've got your investment account and it's starting to build up, I want to congratulate you. That is a massive step, and that's probably the biggest step of all in setting yourself up to financially purchase some sort of website investment. It's really important to do this. Now, if you can get this done and you can do this, this is like by far the hardest work, and that's the foundation that you can start building on. If you were going to go away and start building on a foundation that's already rocky and already has holes in it, when you put that money in, it's already gone. And I know I'm repeating myself here, but the reason I do that is because it's really important that this information sinks in. And it took me a long time to understand this. It took me many, many years to get myself set up financially and have a really good foundation. So once we've done that and we've got that cash, then we can start exploring options on buying a business for cash that we've saved. And we may save, $30,000 over 2 years, or $30,000 over 3 years, or whatever it is. Once we have that, we can buy it with cash. If we want to buy a bigger business, then we can go away and get finance. And the reason I recommend people to get finance is only if they have fixed up their leaky bucket and they have a solid foundation, because I know that when they put money into that bucket, it's going to make more money for all the other buckets as well. So guys, I hope you got a whole lot of value in financial education there. If you do have any questions about this, please comment all of your questions below. I love helping people set up their foundation, fix their leaky buckets, and get them saving lots of money. With my clients, I've helped them save, $5,000 to tens of thousands of dollars every single year. Now, when it comes to learning more about, education on buying websites, you can go to my website, buyingonlinebusiness.com/free resources, and I do give free tools there. But for now, I suggest really focusing in on your financial education. I hope you guys got a whole lot of value, and I look forward to speaking to you in the next video.